What's up guys, welcome to another product feedback video. I know you've been waiting for this one, but it's actually an iPad 3 or the new iPad video with my personal opinion on it, because I know everyone's trying to work out whether it's worth upgrading or buying it or moving from an Android operating system over to the iOS system. And I'm here to give you a real unbiased review, and I really want to get you guys to understand my viewpoint. That way you can actually have some informed information when making your own decision, which is what we're all about here at Product Feedback. That's making you guys in charge of your own decision rather than listening to a salesperson or sales pitches put against you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss whether it's worth upgrading to the iPad 3 or the new iPad if you've already got an iPad 2. The differences are basically the screen. I hardly see any other difference. It is a little bit heavier. Is it worth upgrading? No. If you've got an iPad 2, be satisfied and wait for the iPad 4 to come out, and then maybe we'll see what that offers and go from there, because it is still a updated platform and you will get the latest updates. So there is no need or necessity to upgrade to the iPad 3 if you've already got an iPad 2. Now the second question I want to address is, can the iPad replace a desktop PC? It does a very good job. It does do a lot of the things that most people need it to do. Personally, I don't see this device as being your only computer. I see it as you've got a desktop at home, you've got a heavy laptop at home, you don't want to use it on the couch, just want to use it for surfing, that sort of thing. I would recommend you get an iPad or any sort of tablet, because they do offer a different level of functionality. What functionality? Well, you can do all the same things as you would on a desktop, like surf the net, do all your emails, banking, whatever you want to do. But there are some cool apps on here, like especially news apps and video apps, and a lot of these programs developed from TV networks that allow you to stream a lot of good content media to these iPad devices. And I think it's worth getting for those reasons, as well as sometimes you don't want to go over to your desktop, turn it on and start doing whatever you want to do. The only downside for me is I don't really see it as a very multi-functioning device. So for example, I'm a heavy multitasker, so I'll have like 10 browsers open, 10 Word documents open, 10 PDFs open, being bang 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 bang, alt-tabbing between them all, and my productivity is really slowed down on the iPad. I don't think it's exactly designed for heavy business use or heavy tasks, but for a specific, one task at a time sort of orientation, I think it is a perfect device for that. And if you don't have a MacBook Air, in my case I actually do have a MacBook Air, so whether you're thinking of getting MacBook Air or the iPad, I think the iPad and the MacBook Air are very comparable. I've got both of them myself, and I do find myself actually leaning more towards the iPad when I'm laying back in my bed and just want to watch a couple of movies or stream some content online or just do some general surfing. I think the iPad is pretty good. I'm still a bit iffy on the touchscreen for a keyboard. I still prefer a physical keyboard, so if you're like that in the boat, then maybe the MacBook Air is a better way to go. But personally, I see the iPad 2 or iPad 3 being a very good device in itself. Now the debatable question is it worth buying an iPad 3 over an Android device? I'm not going to get into the huge discussion between the Android and the iOS platform, but I will kind of step on it a little bit. There is a review of Android 3.1 on my channel, so you can have a browse through to see how the operating system looks like. I'll leave an annotation somewhere here. The iPad, purely based upon elimination, so looking at all the features of other tablets from a hardware standpoint, the iPad does a pretty good job. It's thin, lightweight, long lasting battery life. The screen is really good in daylight, in low light situations. The cross compatibility, obviously other people use iPads, so they've got a platform which people develop towards. Apple's got a lot of continuous updates to it. Unfortunately with Android, there is that segmentation issue, so you might have a tablet with Android 3.1 and it will take you 12 months to update to Android 4.0, and then by that time the new version's already out and you're in this sort of a slightly behind life cycle. But that's picking at it, because a lot of people don't care. That's what I found out from asking a lot of friends and family. They don't really care, they just want a device to do a job. They don't care if it gets updated or not. I think a lot of the nerdy people or people who are really into their products really want that, the latest features and the latest updates. But I think a lot of the features that they provide are more than what most people would need anyway. But regardless, should you get this or an Android tablet? I have an Android tablet, I have a Sony tablet. I would definitely go the iPad over Android at any time at the moment. The applications that are designed for the iPad are actually designed for a 9.7-inch touchscreen. The applications that are developed for Android operating system, half of them are just stretch mobile apps. They're not really well designed and well developed. Even the Skype app is absolutely rubbish on the Android operating system at the moment. They really need to do something about it. I wasn't happy, to be honest. I used my Android tablet for about a week and then left it. I haven't used it since. And then since I got this iPad, I thought I'd be in a similar situation, but I wasn't. I actually got straight into it and started smashing out everything that I needed to smash out on it. And I do recommend this over a Android tablet at the moment. Is it worth it from a money perspective? Depends. Obviously, it's creeping into the territory of a pretty decent laptop these days. I know for about 800 bucks you can get even like a Core i7 4GB of RAM computer. So if you've already got a really good computer at the moment, I would say, yeah, go for one. If you don't have a good desktop at the moment or a good laptop at the moment, you'd be money better off being spent on one of those. But overall, is it a good device and why did I buy it? Obviously, I bought it to bring you guys the latest information and review about it. Definitely hit that subscribe button and thumbs up this video because it definitely will help me out in regards to getting that exposure that I need to get my views across, because it really does help me out. The reason why I bought it is, like I said, from elimination. There's nothing really better on the market at the moment that does everything like it should. What happens is like you buy, like I've tested all of the Android tablets on the market. So for example, I was playing around with one of these tablets. I can't remember what brand it was, and it was slick as, looked really nice, good build quality. And then the speakers on there, you can't even hear it. So I don't know what they do for product testing, but they really need to think about like what the impressions are going to be by the consumer, because just small things like that. You have a really good screen and then really crappy sound quality. It doesn't work. You need a whole package, and the iPad 3 is that whole package. You got pretty much good build quality, long battery life, good screen. The front-facing camera is appalling. They should have put a HD one in there. Forget it for using it for Skype for long sessions. It's really bad. They should have put a high quality camera on there, especially if they want to target this for business use. So why did I buy it? Well, I think the applications on here are great. I use it for reading a lot of the news, watching YouTube videos, streaming live free-to-air content. I also bought it because of photography reasons. I've got a good SLR. I bought a little camera adapter kit. I can plug my SLR into it and it gives me a bigger screen. I can see exactly what I've taken a photo of, so when I go home I don't go, oh, I should have taken another couple shots. It's good for that particular reason, and the functionality of it is pretty good. And obviously also, if you ever want to resell it, they're worth quite a lot of money. So 12 months down the track, if you resell it, you're not going to lose a lot of money in that case. So I hope I've given you guys some insight in regards to the iPad. My name's Muhammad from Product Feedback. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys shortly in another video soon. Peace out, and peace be with you.